And I suspect our next guest is one of those. Alan Tudge is Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister. Of course, Tony Abbott technically still is Prime Minister until Malcolm Turnbull is sworn in, and Alan Tudge joins us now. You voted for Tony Abbott last night. You walked with him into that party room ballot. As Parliamentary Secretary, I suppose, no great surprise in doing that, but did you think the party should have stuck with Tony Abbott?
Oh, listen, I support what the party room decision that they made last night. I back the Prime Minister because I'm one of his parliamentary secretaries, and I take that responsibility seriously. And he's a very decent person. I think that we collectively achieved an enormous amount under his leadership over the last couple of years, but now we've got a new leader in Malcolm Turnbull. Malcolm Turnbull's a very capable person. He's a very good communicator, and we need to unite behind him now and fully unite behind him, fully look forward, fully focus on the Australian people and stop the infighting.
How important is it that Malcolm Turnbull does extend an olive branch to those who, like yourself, voted for Tony Abbott as the party seeks to rebuild and recalibrate under his leadership?
Well, I think that he will do that. He certainly indicated that yesterday in his remarks. He has to be a uniting force for the Liberal Party, and I think he will be that force. And there's people like myself, and I was a strong supporter of Tony Abbott, but I'm of course willing to back fully the new Prime Minister, and I think other people will do exactly that. At the end of the day, it's not about Tony Abbott. In some respects, it's not about Malcolm Turnbull. It is about what's best for the Australian people, and what will be best for the Australian people is if we unite as a team, focus on their issues, and that is around those core things that we have been talking about for some time. Well, it's about their job security. It is about cost of living pressures. It is about national security, and they will remain our bedrock core focus.
It's just on this and what it does mean for our political system. We've just heard there in Tom's piece what Tony Abbott was saying last night. We are not a Labor Party. We are not treating the Prime Ministership like a revolving door. Now that you've done that, I mean, what does that mean about the Liberal Party?
Well, at the end of the day, we made a decision yesterday because there was a sufficient number of my colleagues who decided that we needed change. And I think, unfortunately, this is modern-day politics, that you cannot have low polling continuously for 12 or 18 months in a row. If that occurs, then backbenchers, some ministers start to get nervous, and there will be a push for change. And I think that's occurring across our political system, unfortunately. I don't think that's a great thing for our political system, frankly, but it is what it is. Now,
so you think it's just to do with the polls? It wasn't to do with a lack of reform vision, a lack of capacity in prosecuting the cases?
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, there'll be a bunch of analysis on what went wrong and why this occurred. Had the polls been strong, I don't think there would have been a change last night. At the end of the day, the decision was rooted in poor polling for 12 to 18 months. Clearly there was things that I think the Prime Minister and his supporters could have done better, but my message is that is now behind us. We have to look forward now. We have to get in and unite behind Malcolm Turnbull, and I think we have that capacity to do that. And I think that's what makes us different to the Labor Party. The Labor Party has always been deeply divided. They are very big haters, if you like. And when they split between Julia Gillard and Kevin Rudd, they split for years, and the fighting went on for years. And I don't think that will occur inside the Liberal Party.
Okay, so Corey Bernardi, Erica Betts, these hardened Abbott supporters, not to mention Tony Abbott, Joe Hockey and others, they will all unite behind Malcolm Turnbull.
Well, at the end of the day, what's in the national interest? What's in the national interest is if we come together as a united party, as a united government, and focus on the Australian people.
Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister, Alan Tudge, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Let's